Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, April 12, 2018, and I'm Madison Gerland.
And I am Loida Albarez. Thank you for tuning in to our Texan TV newscast.
In campus news, in spring of 2017, hazing cases involving mostly Tarleton State University students and one non-student were not only making local but state and national news headlines such as the Dallas Morning News and the Associated Press. Nearly 1 year later, almost no one involved in any of the 72 hazing cases filed is talking, reports the Texan News Service. Those arrested were participating in unofficial off-campus drunken softball teams in which drinking was a part of initiation for new members. Texan News attempted to contact each of the 24 students involved via email, social media, and phone, but received comments from only 2 of them. Tarleton Vice President for Student Affairs, Laura Boren, who has been a vocal critic of hazing, did not return a phone call about the hazing cases. Those records show that the 24 individuals arrested were each charged with 3 counts of hazing, totaling 72 cases. Records also show that none of the 24 arrested have been convicted of hazing. 2 students pled guilty to other charges in order to have their 3 hazing charges dismissed, according to court documents. The 12 remaining individuals had their charges dismissed after completing pre-trial interventions, according to the records. The 10 remaining cases have yet to be resolved, according to court records reviewed last week.
In local news, Stephenville Historical House Museum's free annual Native and Heirloom Planet Fair will be taking place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday, April 14 at the museum. The fair will feature native and adapted plants, herbs and vegetables, arts and crafts, and tours of the Berry Cottage and Carriage House, reports from the Stephenville Empire Tribune. This year's plants fairs offers something for the entire family. Vendors will be offering a wide variety of attractive plants, focusing on native and heirlooms. Will have an excellent variety of plants and garden supplies to choose from, said the event organizer Dan Adams. Professionals will be on hand to answer questions and provide solutions for your lawn, garden, trees, and outdoor needs, including the Erath County Master Gardens and Perry Oaks Master Naturalists. The museum grounds showcase a variety of its own Texas native plants. For more information about the Native and Heirloom Planet Fair, contact Museum Board President Diane Wilson at 254-965-5880.
And now, today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. A supervisor for the U.S. Border Patrol, Ronald Anthony Burgos Albarez, is facing 2 counts of capital murder for killing a woman and her 1-year-old child before calling 911, claiming to have discovered the bodies near a park along the border with Mexico, Texas authorities said Tuesday. Police spokesman Joe Baez said Burgos Albarez and the woman were in a romantic relationship, and the investigation will determine if Dominic was Burgos Alvarez's child, but Baez declined to elaborate. Authorities declined to provide the manner of death for the 2. Online jail records do not indicate an attorney for Burgos Alvarez to answer the allegations. Baez said investigators are working to learn more about Burgos Alvarez's relationship with Hernandez and many other aspects of the case, such as whether the suspect acted alone or had help. Webb County District Attorney Isidro Alanis said it's too early to determine if prosecutors will seek the death penalty, adding that the case is being given extreme priority.
In national news, U.S. House Representative Speaker Paul Ryan is retiring and will not run for re-election this year, which is detrimental to the Republican Party for this year's midterm elections. Ryan is the latest of nearly 30 Republicans to retire from office this year, and the Democrats need only 23 seats to overrule the lower chambers of the House. The 48-year-old father and husband announced on Wednesday that his decision was family-related and that he did not want to be perceived by his 3 children as only a weekend dad. Ryan said he would retire in January after finishing his congressional term.
For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. The Russian military says Syrian forces now control Douma northeast of Damascus. That's the site of a suspected chemical attack on Saturday. Buses were seen going there on Thursday with evacuations underway. House Republicans must decide who will be their next leader after Paul Ryan announced his retirement. Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana and Kevin McCarthy of California are seen as the top contenders. Flint, Michigan residents protested in their state capital following their governor's decision to close Flint's 4 remaining bottled water sites. Flint's water system was tainted with lead several years ago, and many people, including children, were exposed to it. And a Boston fire truck ladder collapsed onto a 3-story building. A firefighter was able to climb safely out of the bucket onto the roof. He was not seriously hurt. Shirley Smith, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, the NBA season has come to a close, and the playoff seedings for both conferences are set to begin the first round. The Minnesota Timberwolves defeated the Denver Nuggets in a 112-106 overtime win to clinch the 8th seed in the Western Conference. This is the first time since 2004 that the Wolves have entered the postseason and will face off against the Houston Rockets in the first round. In other NBA news, the New York Knicks and Orlando Magic will be looking for new head coaches for this offseason, as Jeff Hornacek and Frank Vogel have been fired today. Both coaches were released after just 2 seasons with their respective franchise.
The weather today is a high of 89 and a low of 66 with winds up to 20 miles per hour.
This has been a production of the Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.
Watch us live on Apple G Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9.
You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news.
Today's broadcast was produced by Cam Nellum, Caitlin Vera, and Joel Leach. Have a wonderful day, Texans.